What up? What up? Real quick, man. You already know Birds Run Uncut, man. Um. Okay, so now that we know the final verdict, with it being decided that the starters are going to sit this last game, Week 18. Just want to get my thoughts real quick. I mean, there's an argument to be had on whatever the decision was. You can make a logical argument for either decision here. I am surprised that they have decided not to allow him to get this record. It just felt like one of them things that was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? With the Giants being this last team, this last game, that would have just been incredible for him to break that record against his former team. But the team decided otherwise, and the coach decided otherwise. I know there's a lot of players in the locker room that wanted to go for this thing, even including Saquon himself. You know what I'm saying? You could see the disappointment, hear the disappointment in his voice, which I hope, that doesn't linger. Like, that's not we're a vibes team, man. We can't afford any bad vibes in the locker room. But I think everybody understands the bigger goal in front of us. Man, it would have been something, boy, for him to get that record, man. But, I think that Nick, God forbid, man, like he went out there and got hurt. This city, this town, the media, everywhere, they would have crucified him. And he know that. So, this is the safest way to play it. Because people could talk that shit now, about, oh, we want to go. And, the people that's ready to pounce on him, they're going to pounce on him if that kid went out there and got hurt. So I understand that. You cannot argue that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can say, well, players get hurt at any given time, and that's true. But this is playing it safe. A.J. Brown went down in a meaningless game last year. It didn't happen for the playoff game. So you can never say this was a wrong choice, put it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of us would have been on board had, they decided to play and him get this record and get him out the game. We all would have been on board with that. But again, should something happen, the coach was going to get buried for it, and I think the coach knew that. So, we're left with what it is, And just real quick for the dickheads, you know what I'm saying? I keep seeing all this on social media about, oh, Dickerson did it in this many games, and, Saquon would have been playing a 17th game, so, really, listen. Let me stop y'all. This is what I'm saying, man. Learn the game. Like, stop, just regurgitating what y'all hear. Like, learn the game, man. It doesn't matter how many games somebody played, man. It's about how many carries you got. All right? Because I could play 10 games, and you could play 5, but guess what? In those 5 games, if you carried the ball way more than me in those 10, you got more attempts at it, all right? And Saquon has 34 to 35 less attempts than Dickerson right now. And it wasn't going to take him 36 attempts to get 100 yards. I bet you my life on that. So for the people counting games and, oh, man, he had this many games, it doesn't matter. What matters is how many carries somebody got. It was going to take Saquon less carries to get that record than what Dickerson got. All right, that's point blank, end of the story. Learn the fucking game, learn football, learn what the fuck you're talking about, and move on with that. Seriously, I'm getting tired of, oh, man, the less games. Bro, the man got less carries, all right? Period. Don't matter how many games somebody plays. It's about how many attempts you get. It's about carries. How many carries did it take you to get that many yards? Period. You could be scheduled to play more games than somebody, but don't get the ball not one time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I played 5 more games than you, but you had 10 more carries than me. I don't understand how people be dickheads, man. But that's what they be doing, man. That's what they be doing every day, all day on social media, on the radios, on the TVs. They talk this shit, and I'm like, yo. And people get paid, man, for this shit. You know what I'm saying? People get paid, yo, like big money. You know what I'm saying? To get up there and talk shit that they had no clue, and feed it out to the casual fan that don't know no better, and then the casual fan, they take it and they run with it. And it's like, yo, you can't be more fucking stupid. But, it is what it is, man. But that's the real. It's about the carries, bro. It's not about how many games you play. It's about how many carries you got. So respect his shit right now for what it is, for doing it, for having what he got with 34, 35 less carries. You see what I'm saying? We could do it like that. So we're going to see. And, starters is resting. All we got now is a few games this week that's going to matter for certain teams. Not for us, our starters is resting. They just announced the Pro Bowlers. So you'll go on social media today, you'll turn on the TV today, and you'll hear everybody arguing and complaining and saying who got snubbed and who should have made it and this person over here and that person over there. So, but one interesting Pro Bowler I seen on that sheet was Cam Jurgens. Very, very, very interesting name on that sheet. Very, very interesting name. Because I remember in the off season trying to explain to people just how good of a center he is. How nasty, how he mauls, his quickness, toughness, how we were going to be just fine at the center position. People wasn't hearing it. So that's a very, very interesting name on that sheet. Very interesting name. So that's what today will be. Bunch of arguing and bickering over who got snubbed and who should have been on, and but we're gonna see. Stars is resting. We go into the playoffs healthy. And we're going to see, man. We're going to see. But hell of a year by Saquon, though, man. Hell of a year. I expect him to be all-pro. He was voted Pro Bowl, but I expect him to be all-pro, head and shoulders above everybody else. NFC, that's going to be an easy one. So, guess you can't have it all. So, until next time, on Birds Raw and Uncut. Peace.